Hazrat Baba Tajuddin, the immortal. Who can take me away from you? My couch will be here in your house for lakhs of years. When Jesus Christ appeared to save mankind from sin and its wages of death, when the Buddha vowed to find a way out of death, disease and old age, the common man might ask, how is it that they too died like common folk? And wherein lies their success? And when the latter are answered that prophets and saints had been quite different in their life from the common people, and that they do not die away but remain immortal spiritually, the commoners do not find it easy to believe. At least the modernists often laugh away such a faith. Fortunately, no amount of laughter can annul a truth. It betrays their ignorance. The prophets and godmen have, however, prescribed for their followers a code of spiritual discipline which, if practiced under the eternal divine law, shall raise them also to the same heights and perfection which they embodied in themselves. The various forms of yoga of the Hindus, the noble eightfold path of the Buddha, the Sermon on the Mount of Jesus Christ, and the illuminating tenets of Islam are such forms. These prophets and saints were born among the common mortals but had, through the grace of God and their own vigorous self-discipline and unbounded piety, raised themselves to their supreme statures. They are the witnesses of the veracity of their teachings and evidence of the infinite potentialities of man. When Jesus said, "The kingdom of heaven is within," seek the kingdom of heaven. Be a perfect even as the Father in heaven is perfect. He did indeed imply that even common mortals like us, through perseverance and staunch and faithful devotion, can become like him and hence his teaching. The common man finds a convenient excuse to evade his duty by brushing aside the whole thing with the notion that none can become like Christ or the Buddha. Lest mankind should thus lose a most precious gift of the Spirit through ignorance and blindness, saints appear from time to time to guide them. They successfully accomplish discipline and become truly like the great prophets in all respects, and thus inspire humanity to do likewise by following their example. Hazrat Baba Tajuddin Aulia is one of such great and immortal saints of our times, as his glorious history proves in these pages. Besides showing his spiritual glory when he was alive, he did and does demonstrate even now that prophets and saints do survive death, that their death differs from the common man's death in that they respond to the petitions of their true devotees even after their physical death as really as when they were alive, and that they in some cases even appear physically before some of the devoted. It should be remembered how he appeared in different forms at different places in flesh and blood when he was alive. The case of Ahmad Ali Shah mentioned herein is an illustration. If it is such a trifle for him to assume different forms at will while alive, why should it be difficult or impossible to do so when he drops off his body? That Hazrat Tajuddin Baba was sure of his own survival after relinquishing his physical body is clear from his assurance to his devotees that he would not leave the world till he made 1,25,000 saints, that his fist shall remain closed till the day of judgment, that his bed shall be in Maharaja Raghoji Rao's house for lakhs of years. Therefore, Baba Tajuddin Aulia actively guides spiritual aspirants even today as he did when he was in his physical body. Sometimes he appears to his devotees in their dreams and sometimes he appears before them in flesh and blood and gives them the necessary guidance. Whether the modern world believes this or not, his stanch devotees, irrespective of their religious labels, do believe in his everlasting spiritual blessings and guidance in their intricate problems under the grace of the Almighty God.